All right, good dawning, and welcome to another episode of Good Dawning with myself. My name's Josh, or Mr. Floyd, if you still prefer. But yeah, welcome. Grateful that you're here, and thank you for another day. Grateful. All right, guys, welcome, and yeah, let's get everything a little situated here, and let everybody pile in. Modes do not disturb. All right, welcome, Tina, and yeah, how are you doing? Grateful to see you here. Notification just came in after you. Okay, so yeah, we'll give it a few minutes here and see if people pile in. I'm grateful for anybody who want to watch my mug, 1 or 100. Thank you. And Spree, Tina, how are we doing, guys? Tina, thank you. Appreciate you. And yeah, we take it one day at a time, right? That's all we can do. But it's pretty good dawning as well. Let's get some cards together here. Get things out of the box and see what's what here. Where is Isis? All right, if you see me leaning over here, I got a box of oracle cards and stuff right next to me. Amanda, good dawning, beautiful soul. Business cards too. All right, we're hoping those come in use real soon. We're going to figure out a way to expand this enterprise here. The old white feather from Isis. There's a song like that. One day at a time. Well, there's a show like that too, right? One day at a time. This is it. This is life. Have a ball. Yeah, but everybody needs a. What was the mechanic in the building? I forgot his name. But, yeah, this one day at a time. There we go. One day at a time. Yeah, but we're not in Indianapolis, right? In the 70s. Thank you. Yeah, don't forget, please like, share, and send this throughout the stratosphere. Grateful. Trader, there we go. Thank you. See? Exactly. I just want to, we could set up a channel, right? We'll just watch 80s, 70s, and 80s reruns and comment on them all day long. But, right? All right. Ooh, why are we doing that? We need the book for Isis. I'm putting the book back, but I need the book if we're using Isis cards. All right. How the hell did I know the Schrader? I have no idea. Schroeder. I have to watch the replay from the readings last night. Oh, yeah. Well, Hershey was live last night. Then we went live yesterday afternoon with one-on-one. The other day we went live one-on-one with our sessions with channeling. There we go. And we plan on doing that again this week. So yeah. And last night was Hershey. Today, who knows, right? But we will go live again later this week with channeling and oracle once again. Hey, what's up, PG? How are you doing, brother? Boop and bop and beep to you. Much love, my friend. All right, there's the Isis card. If it flips over, it's definitely going to be your card for the day, right? All right, let's try this again here. And, Shelly and Neil, welcome. Shelly, welcome. We saw Neil yesterday with Laura B for the first time in a moment. That was, wow, right? And, 2 days ago with Laura B. Yeah, I think I'm off the day. Yeah, today is Thursday. Yeah, 2 days ago. We saw Neil with Shelly and we hadn't seen him in a minute, which was awesome. Neil says hi. He loves your brother Josh. Hi, Neil. I know we know he's watching. He's just not in the chat. Grateful. Love you. All right. So today's card is the Divine Sunchild. It says blessings of the Sun Falcon, and so there we go. And so let's get the card out, or the book out, and see what we got. All right, Divine Sisterhood, HIJ, Sunchild. There we go. The Divine Sunchild. Blessings of the Sun Falcon, and the card says here, blessings of the Sun Falcon to Divine Sunchild Horus, son of Isis and Osiris, flow to you now, beloved initiate. It is time to allow your life to flourish without limits, to let your light burn bright without veil, just like the midsummer sun, burning without contest in the Egyptian desert. Blessings of the Sun Falcon herald the time when your divine legacy is being born. It is your time to shine bright. So here we go. The divine sunchild. You can look into that as you wish and see what outside of Horus there, what you can see inside that. Bonnie, good dawning. Grateful. But yeah, it is our time to flourish, right? Because not rebuilding it, but we're not going to do so unbroken, right? It's about what you see on your path, right? So if you are ready to flourish, then the path is open for you to do so, and you just have to allow yourself to do so. It's almost as simple as that, but it's yet so hard because we all build patterns, right? And so what's your pattern? Is your pattern does disallow you to flourish? We know mine did, and so it's stepping past that pattern, which means I have to keep myself in check, right? All of my thoughts. Anytime I get into a lack mentality, I best notice I'm there, right? Because otherwise I'm going to centered core will be vibrating lack, and so the universe is going to bounce it right back, right? All right, so let's get a deck. I don't know which deck. Let's see what comes out. We're going to get a daily crystal card because we grabbed it. So the daily crystal card of the day. Let's see what we've got here. And they're really nice cards. It's like all shiny and plastic. Got these when we were down in Florida. Lindsay, beautiful soul. How are you doing? Are you staying warm up there? Are you okay? When are you going to Ohio? How is your universe there, beautiful sister? And remember this time, was it last year? Lindsay was doing spins in the snow, right? Going live and doing spins in the AM in the snow. Going to make breakfast, so listening. Oh, really? What's for breakfast? Anything good? I have leftover ramen, so I could have like a Japanese breakfast, right? All right, so let's see what we've got from the cards here. And today's stone is Smoky Quartz. Smoky Joe's Cafe. That's and the bottom card. What's the bottom card of the deck? All right, so the bottom card, we're going to go with the bottom card and then this card. Sometimes, like if you see tarot, right? They'll flip open and see what the bottom card is when they're cutting the deck or whatever. So today's bottom card is the Unikite. And so Unikite is live in the now. And it's going to tie into today's actual card, right? Morning, Hershey. And how are we doing? Fantastic. So if you missed Hershey last night, you can check out the replay. It was a long show and lots of reads there. It was a great show, and so definitely check that out. As much love. All right, so today's card, the bottom card that we picked was Unikite. It's going to tie in, and again, Unikite is let it go, right? And that's what I'm doing, and that's where I am in learning to just release the past, and it's not. I'm not standing in any of the, trying not to. It comes up, but now that's the shadow work, right? When it comes up and you realize I'm standing in the past and I have to fast forward to the present, right? But today's actual card is Smoky Quartz. So between the Unikite, letting it go, Smoky Quartz would be the next card that you can really add to that, right? Because the Smoky Quartz is telling us to also let it go, right? So wait a minute. Yeah, so the Unikite is to live in the now. There we go. I got it backwards. So the Unikite is live in the now. So we're standing in our presence, right? And then the Smoky Joe's Cafe here, Smoky Quartz, let it go. So if we live in the now, we're letting it go, right? So these two are intrinsically tied together here. So what the universe is really telling us, stand present and let it all go. And what I'm learning is as I do so, right? As I catch myself if I start getting into the drift, right? You know, the drift. You know what the drift is, right? When you start, when you're firmly grounded, and then all of a sudden you start drifting into some sort of like emotional state, or past history of some sort, or lack state, right? You start drifting into it. It doesn't happen automatically. There's a moment of time, right, where you go from chill and be chill to uncalm, right? All of a sudden you see a boulder in your path, right? And so the Smoky Quartz, the vacuum suck of all your negative energies, all your old energies. Mo, good dawning. Yeah, there we go. So Unikite to wow, and then the Smoky Quartz. So Unikite to stay present, and Smoky Quartz to let it go. And if you let it go, then you can't stay present. That's I can't really. Yeah, that's pretty fire. All right. This is the Archangel Raphael deck that we got from. I haven't seen her go live in a minute. From Blindly Inspired, Krista. She hasn't done much on YouTube this year. Should send her a message. But yes, we got this from Krista. She got it from Archangel Raphael. Kelly Kaladny, she's a OG channeler, and there's channelers out there that may or may not be the real deal. You have to decide. You decide with me too, right? But in my humble opinion, and I'm humbled about she's the real deal. She's been channeling since the 80s, before channeling was channeling, before you ever knew what it was. You know you're a channeler, right? When you start channeling when you've never seen a channeler before, right? And you just, out of the blue, because in the 80s, right, if you want to find a channeler, you had to dig around, and you didn't have Meetup, and you didn't have YouTube or anything else, so. Either you knew one, or you heard about it, or you read about it in maybe a magazine, or a newspaper. But yeah, there was no, unless you know somebody or didn't. Maybe you went to a metaphysical shop and this, but right. Not like today. I mean, think about this a second. I mean, if you tried to do all this in the 80s, right, you'd be pounded with books, and we can go on YouTube and find a video about anything, right? You can watch Morgan work your shadow. You can work with Hershey 5 times a week and work on your shadow. I mean, there's a million different things you can do that you couldn't have done back then. So yeah, she's an OG of the OGs, because when you start channeling before you've ever seen a channeler, and you're like, what am I doing here? And you're not in, there's no influence, right? It just kind of comes through. There you go. All right, so let's see what we've got here. This is the cards from Archangel Raphael. And we're going to shuffle them up here, but I'm going to do a 52 card pickup. Five-year-old shuffle, right? There we go. Spin them around on the table. But all right, so let's see what we get here, and we'll take it from there. It's been taking me a while. Takes a while with big trauma. You know what? It takes as long as it takes, and in most of our cases, it's never ends, right? It's not like you get like, all right, I'm welcome to your trauma freedom, right? No, it's always, there's always something. You're always peeling the onion, right? And if it's not something now, you make something comes up from a past life. I mean, our DNA is pretty. You can hold all of the hard drives in the world, generally speaking, on your DNA. So there's a lot of memory there. 365 days times how many years times how many lifetimes? There's a lot of emotional imprinting that's done in your body. So yeah, it's a never-ending. It's like the never-ending story, right? The never-ending. It's like you could almost sing it like the never-ending recovery, like ascension, right? Because it's. All right, I'll take the bottom card. I hadn't heard from my dad for a while and was concerned, but was able to call him last night and had a good conversation. Oh, favor. Yeah, I favor there, Lindsay. I'm grateful. Grateful. All right, so let's see what we've got. Top card, energetics. And that's really the start of infinity. This is true, because this goes on forever. I mean, you're going to come back again, right? And most likely. And then keep on peeling the onion, right? But at least generally speaking, I would think that, I would hope. I can't speak. I mean, I'm not that right. There's others here who may know better than I do. But, yeah, hopefully when we come back, right, we have some sort of, at this point, we're not starting from ground zero, right? Because we peeled the onion. We don't have to peel all the way back to... my parents gone 17 years, but I still hear from them. Aw. No, my dad has generally stopped calling. He's got full frontal dementia, and you only get a few years before it takes you. And usually 2 to 5 years, give or take, favor. But like 2 years is what I keep reading. But he's gone longer than that. But yeah, he's forgotten he's forgotten his past 2 wives. He still remembers my mother. He remembers me, but it won't be long. But, so yeah, he stopped calling him. Yeah. But favor. Yeah, tends to keep himself. He doesn't seem to be getting my emails. Ooh, favor. Yeah, my mom went that way, Josh. Yeah, favor. My dad did after his third, like 2 weeks after his third. We don't know if it's tied together or anything else, but causation is not always correlation or It's no correlation, not always causation, but nonetheless, after his third woohoo, he's never really been the same. I mean, even when he came back from it that day, he was, from what I understand, he was pretty grogged out, and he never really recovered, and he left himself foggy from that point forward. But again, who knows? I mean, his mom had Alzheimer's, so we don't know anything. I'm going to say causation is not correlation. It's just an interesting coincidence. All right, so today's card, choice point. Dun, dun, dun. Make a decision. What's the decision? That's the question. But so it's saying to make a decision. We're all at a choice point. Sometimes it's better to let the dead rest. Yeah. So make a decision. What's your decision that you need to make? Let's see what we've got here. 1, 2, and 3. So here's number 1. All right. So the first one is partnership. There we go. Merge resources. So it's asking you to merge your resources in partnership. And if you don't have anybody to partner with, you can always partner with. Again, right? We're going to call on our guides and angels here in a moment, and so we can partner with them. And then I don't call them, calling them. Things just happen. There we go. Gratitude. Appreciate the moments. So there we go. So appreciating the moment. So if you're merging your resources, and that could just be merging yourself with your higher self, right? And then having gratitude. Having an attitude of gratitude. I had in Kundalini awakening. It was pretty insane. Over grounding into so much gratitude. Like literally, I was like, "It's warm water in the shower," and I was yeah. You can get, if you wanna try an experiment. Try grounding into extraordinarily extreme gratitude. I mean, for every do that for a while and watch what happens. All right, and then finally, Akashic Records, reviewing past lives. There's a card I've actually never seen in the deck here. I mean, I knew it was in here, but so Akashic Records, right? And we could do Akashic readings. Val, Dragonfly Val, right? I took her class for Akashic, and not much to it, but we could do it. But yeah, if you want Akashic, though, I always recommend Viviani or Diane G. Personally, Viviani, but. Or Diane, but all right. So if we add all this together, a choice point, we need to make a decision. What's the decision? Everybody's at a choice point, and generally there's always some sort of choice point in our universes, whether we're ignoring it or not. And I mean, a choice point could be as simple as what do I want to make for breakfast, right? But it's usually a choice point, a delineation point, right? Is something a bit bigger, right? A point where whatever you do and whatever you need to do is going to change your entire universe, right? It's going to change the course of your life. So now it's asking you to merge your resources, and you don't have anybody to merge resources with, then it's asking you to partner up, right? So merge your resources, your universe with your, and your resources, a lot of it is your energy itself, right? So merging that with what? Your higher self. If you don't have anyone you can partner directly with, partner with your highest self. And of course you should be anyways. Well, should is a relative, but it's helpful to do so. However, there we go. So partner with your higher self. And gratitude, right? By standing in gratitude and appreciating the moment, you're telling the universe you want more, right? I mean, obviously, if something terrible is happening, favor. You're not going to be in gratitude for it, and you're not going to be like, give me more of that. Yeah, that's really fun. I really want more X, Y, or Z, right? But if your universe, if you're getting things you like, right? An attitude of gratitude by expressing gratitude is like telling the universe, hey, can we have more? Please, sir, can I have some more, right? Exactly. Hey, Miss Lindsay, praying for strength in body and mind for you and your family. Favorite, absolutely. And then finally, Akashic Records asking you to review your past lives. So basically, if we make a decision to merge ourselves with our higher selves in gratitude, step into our past. So what I'm getting here is really it's asking you to pull in your past, right? With gratitude, ask your highest self to pull in what you need from your past self. And we can do that today. So I'm going to set those over here to do so. And I think that's going to be it, unless I find the number deck. Here it is. That was real hard. Unless I find the number deck, which was, thank you, Enspree, right in front of me here. All right. So let's take a fan here. All right, today's card number is 1551. One is you, five is change. They're interpreting it as a dream here, so it says 1551. Great year, right? Keep your dream. Dreams focus faith, courage, goals, and spirit. Focus on the positive and stay dedicated to your desires and outcomes. It is time for you to invest in faith and efforts in your ideas and pursue your goals with unwavering determination. Your spirit is both beautiful and contagious. So what can you do today to align with your dreams, right? If we go back to the cards here, choice point, partnership, aligning, right? What are you dreaming? What have you been dreaming over your past few lifetimes? All of it kind of ties together. What you dreamt in your past life may tie together in this life as well, right? And what you may not have accomplished in your past life may be something that you're set to accomplish in this life in some fashion. 1212, make a wish. So 1551 is the number for today. There you go. I'm seeing weird ones. 12992. That's interesting. All right. So if you get weird numbers, what I always suggest and what I do personally, and I keep a tab open on my phone usually, is go to Joanne Sacred Scribe. So you can just type in Google meaning of, in this case, 129, right? So 1 is you, 2 is partnership, and 9 is like a change, right? So there's a change in partnership maybe for you. If you want to interpret it that way, there's going to be a deeper interpretation. And generally, most of your numerologists recommend, and most of the ones that I've watched have recommended, and I found it through my guides, actually. I didn't even know it existed, but then I found it. Just Joanne Sacred Scribes. So go to, just type in meaning of 129 Sacred Scribes, and it'll show right up into Google there. And generally speaking, and I've not heard any too contrary that, that's generally the index. That numerologist, it's the go-to index for numerology. Angel numbers, and my guides and my angels have adapted use of numbers to match the website. And so if you start using it, then if you see those numbers there and you feel it's weird, then that's an intuitive hit to go check it out. So do so if you feel the need. I bought stuff to put there. I went into storage yesterday, was nervous about it. I've been there for so long, my kids' stuff, it helps me to remember them, so it's a little thing. I brought stuff to put there. Oh, favor. Big favor there, Lindsay. Yeah, I know it's... so I know you're getting ready to go to Ohio, though, so favor to that. And stay warm. And all of you guys out there in the... let's take a moment here and see the country in a little bit warmer light here. I know it's going to snow like a banshee. Most of you guys are going to get hit with some sort of snow. Not here. We're on the backside of it, but favor to most of the country. I know my mom's getting like 10 inches or more, maybe. Closer, maybe even a foot. So favor to all of you guys out there. I know New York there, Adam's going to get pummeled in upstate New York. So let's take a few moments here. We're going to bring things down. We're going to utilize the bells here, calm things in. Then we're going to call in our guides and angels and go from there. And there was a breathing exercise I want to do. I'm going to hold off to start that on Monday of next week. We're going to start the week in a little bit of a different, even a more different take than we have this week. By adding in what we have so far. Yes, it may snow. May the snow go out to sea. There you go. Well, here we've had no snow, and having no snow is going to equal no fun summer. But hope favor it's not Smokey Joe's Cafe around here this summer. But all right, so here we go, guys. I'm going to take the bells here and join me as we here we go. All right. There we go. That'll work. All right. So grateful. All right. So let's call in our guides and angels. If can actually bear with me just one moment. We've got a cat down here, and it's not the best with the cat jumping on the table here. So bear with me. I'll be right back. Give me 2 shakes of a lamb tail here. Come on, go upstairs. Wow. All right. So we had to remove a cat. Yeah, you get a cat down. Karma's got two cats too, and if you get a cat down, his basement's pretty messed up. And so yeah, it could be a disaster zone to have the cat. This winter, it's been the least three for the last three for sure. All right, so the last three what? So let's call in our guides, guys. So as we want to do here, as we've been doing, or as we did yesterday at least, and as we will be doing here. Generally speaking, if you don't wake up in the dawning and call in your guides, angels, and the like, then yeah, you're on your own. Not really on your own, but you're kind of on your own, right? So yeah, they're always with you, but generally speaking, what I'm hearing is, yeah, I mean, you don't have to, like my guys, I don't have to like literally be like, will you help me today? You know, but at the same time, they're your guides and angels. So you want to respect and call them in. You want to say hello to your guides and angels. You want to let them know that you are acknowledging them, and let them know that yes, it is safe to intervene throughout my day, right? Without doing so, it's not to say that they won't. Right? They're not going to let your car fall off a cliff per se. Well, they might. No, they're not. But yeah, exactly. But at the same time, acknowledging them, bringing them into partnership with you to help you stand stronger during the day, to help open those doors, right? Remember, you're doing 10% of the work. They're doing the 10 to 20%. They're doing the rest of the work behind the scenes, right? When you brush past somebody in the store and you bump into somebody and then 5 years later, you guys are married, right? So to speak. LOL. But that's possible. Did they put that person in front of you, or was that just kismet, right? There is no such thing as just happy accidents, so to speak. Everything is there's more to it, like the Transformer universe, right? There's more to it than meets the eye, right? It's going to be under 50 degrees, so it needs to be snowing in my humble. If it's going to, no way, not at all, no way. Josh, did I see the room? No. Okay, so the room. All right, we'll discuss that real quick as well. Then we'll bring in our guides. I did not go see the room. I did not want to waste the guy's time. I thought about it, but when it really came down to it, he was firm on the $1,200 deposit that I don't have at the moment. I'm not saying I don't have it. Of course, 1,200, but at this moment, no. It was like, right. And then he wanted another 1,200 a month for a bedroom. Either way I looked at it, I had to say no, because at $1,200, I go back to my old apartment. And yeah, he's paying the power. My power is like $50 a month, so $40 a month. So no, I did not. I'm not inclined to want to spend apartment money, and also he wanted me to sign some sort of waiver and lease, and I wasn't going to sign a lease for a bedroom, a legal lease for a bedroom for a year, especially if it doesn't work out, right? Energetically speaking, I didn't want to put myself into a bind, and he was insistent on signing a lease, right? And if I don't know you, then and I'm just literally meeting you, and I've already seen your posts on Nextdoor, right? That's the app I found them on, the community app, right? Nextdoor, and your posts are already not vibrating super, exactly. Yeah, no, I'm not getting locked into that. So my internal gut, I text him and said, look, this if you're firm on the 1,200, it's not my deal, because I'm not going to pay that for a bedroom and the partial use of a house, use of the kitchen and the washing machine otherwise, and the bedroom. No, that's not my bag, baby. And so yeah, so in that aspect, I had to say no. So I honestly texted him and said, no, this isn't really the best deal for me in that aspect, because yeah, all the other rooms for rent that I'm beginning to see on are like 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's a little bit more reasonable. Considering I used to pay 6 and change for a full 2-bedroom apartment, but yeah, no, I can't justify it. And then all the rules that he had that I didn't want to. My own rules, thank you. I always want a smaller place. It was all mine, and to share stuff. Sounds like he wanted you to pay his more. Essentially, that's it. There are a group of a lot of posts out here for people with bedrooms in a house, and not even sharing the house. It's just like a bedroom, a living room, and your bedroom, the washing machine in the kitchen is all he was really offering. And it's like, well, yeah, if I wanted to like get a 1-room apartment, So, yeah, that too. Exactly. Crazies. It's not, I don't know the energy. It's not like somebody I know. So, like, hey, can we meet for coffee first before I decide if I want to move into your home? I don't know who you are or what your proclivities are. If you're going to come out in the middle of the night and do something that might make me want to go, but I'm stuck on a lease, right? And then I can't just leave. And then, so no. I had to think. I play, learning to play the videotape. Remember, back in the play the tape to the end. And so, I mean, it could have been great. I mean, who knows? But it could have met amazing people, and he was in Cancun, so who knows? Maybe. But nonetheless, when he just got back from Cancun, so nonetheless, who knows? But yeah, it just didn't. It also didn't feel right. So good call, Josh. Thank you. Yeah, and you know, I don't know. It just what it did do is show me that there's going to be opportunities and things, but I had to trust that anyway. So, all right, so let's call on our guides and our angels for the daily as we do on the daily here. And so, if you want to take a moment with me, you can do it your own specific way. If you want to follow with me, that's fine. So, a tiny bachelor apartment is much preferred for me. Exactly, same here. I'd rather have my own space where I can do what I choose, when I choose, how I choose, than to be exactly, and then somebody else's fridge and food and space and energy and I don't know smells. I will take a roommate situation for sure if it's like take the basement and you have a basement apartment or something, without question. But to be able to say I only have 2 rooms, I can do laundry, cook, and sit in a bedroom while you whatever you're doing in your house isn't my kind of bag, baby. But yeah, it does sound like he wants to go to Cancun, so let's get a roommate, right? It makes sense. I mean, and there's lots of that around here, right? Um, well, I don't know so much anymore. Before the changes to the H-1B program, the visa program, I mean, we do have Seagate. He's here on Seagate. If you know Seagate Hard Drives has an office out here on Disk Drive, right? So they literally paid the city to call their street Disk Drive. So Seagate, and then AMD, right? So we got all the. If you want to build an alternative computer without the like the standard parts, but the substandard or the under other parts. You can build an AMD computer with a Seagate hard drive, right? There you go. Because AMD has their Western headquarters out here too. So there's a lot of H-1B people out here who would do well if they needed to rent a room. But if you know what I mean, lots of people from overseas out here working in the technology, working for Seagate and for AMD, and IBM's out here too. But yeah, so there you go. But grateful. But yeah, so that's what he needs to find one of those guys. Watch those HOAs, would you? Would you? I'd love to have my own small place. Mousy, good Dunning. But not going down. But I can dream. Who knows? Anything's possible. Never stop dreaming. We don't have a HOA out here in the country. Yeah, exactly. No, you definitely don't. But yeah, out here everything's run by coven, as they say, covenant. So yeah, but there's lots. Everything's HOA out here. All the houses, so, all the housing complexes. But they stopped building houses out here, and they're only building apartment complexes now. Literally, that's the case. But part of the agenda, right? Stack them and pack them. So yeah, since I've been here, they stopped building houses and built like 12, 11, 12 full-blown apartment complexes. So yeah. That's why I can get an apartment for $1,200 because there's so many apartments, and they're building like 5 more apartment complexes. So it's like, yeah, literally, it's like almost 50,000 people's worth of apartments. We have all mobile home parks owned by LLCs. Yeah, there's a lot of that out here too. For sure. All right. Mousy girl, a lot of people pretending to have money, living a high life, kill their family than themselves. The grass is not always greener on the other side, that's for sure. My sister had a separate apartment in her basement, so my daughter essentially has her own apartment at 17, 18. Now, yeah, I would do that if somebody's like, I have an apartment for rent, it's the basement. You have the whole basement, it's furnished, or it's, it's finished, I should say. And it has like a kitchen or a kitchenette, and you can go upstairs and use the kitchen. Yeah, that's a deal. But to take somebody a bedroom in a house is like, and no sort of living room, but he's always at no. If you, I live with family in a multiple generational home. Oh, there we go. Nice. That physically can. In probably a couple of years, there will be, yeah, it'll be just me standing on the end of the family tree. So once my parents go, there is no I have no living family. Once my parents are gone, and so I'll have no physical, well, none that we speak to. But, all right, so here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and call in our family. We always have family, though, because we have our guides, our angels, and spirit family, spirit animals, and whatnot as well, right? So for myself, Archangel Raphael, Saint Germain, Goddess Isis, Kuan Yin, Sekhmet, White Buffalo, Calf Woman. I work with Sasquatch and Yeti, so I have 3 dragons in my field. We all have a dragon. We all are dragons to an extent. We exactly. So we all are working with me. I have a doggy in my field. Dolphins are one of my spirit animals. Hawks, eagles. So what are you working with? So let's call in our soul family or spirit family for today, and we will ground them into our frame. The 400 for a bedroom I rent. Need warmth before I go back into my camper. Oh, favor Debs. So yeah, no, I truly $400. Now that's a deal. If he was like 500, 600, I would have 700. I would have looked, but for $1,200, plus you wanted first month, last month, and deposit. So 2, 4. So it was like almost $4,000 to move into a bedroom. Homie, don't play that. I mean, unless the bedroom's in the Taj Mahal or, some sort of bedroom in. You're telling me I'm moving into a mansion and the bedroom's the size of my old apartment. That's a whole different deal. And there's plenty of bedrooms like that are 1,000 square feet bedrooms, 2,000 square feet. But sure, but no, not happening. Calling all angels. I hear that Angie actually lost some of my clothes. Favor. I really couldn't find them. I put them in the dresser here, but most of the time here I was living out of bags or boxes. Oh, favor. Yeah, I can certainly understand that. Sometimes that's our path. Oh, favor. All right, guys. So let's call in our family here. So take a moment if you want to join with me. You can state what you want. You can follow with what I state. You can envision your family, but if you want to follow along here, that would probably. But follow along with me. All right, so we call in our soul family. We call in our angels, our guides, the ascended masters we work with. We call in our spirit animals. We call in our ancestors who are helping and working with us. We call in all energies of love and light that work and help us individually and family. On the daily, we call in our highest self and stand and merge in with our family, our highest self, and our highest love today. We see ourselves in our highest. And as we go forth, we allow for our angels, our guides, the archangels that we work with, our ancestors, and our spirit family, our soul family, otherwise, to intervene, to step in, to bring forth all awesomeness, all situations that lead to our highest love, our highest peace, our highest joy, our highest financial and life abundance, and our highest helpfulness on this planet. Hallelujah. So it is. There we go. So we call in our angels and we visualize and offer to work with them today. Amaya, we just called in our angels and guides. If you want to do the same, we do so on the daily here, because without doing so, we're not like we're walking blind or anything. It's not like they're going to let you go careening off a cliff. But at the same time, those intuitive hits may not be as big, those universal downloads, so to speak. So calling in your guides there, you're not walking alone. You never are, but you're now partnering in a more conscious level with them, right? And by doing so, you have access to a trillion and so much more energy, so much more universal love, and so much more guidance, right? How many of us are just pounding along trying to do it ourselves? Oh, I'm not knocking. Anyway, I know 100% each of the day, each hour has been for a purpose, 100%, and I'm always 100% grateful for the fact that my name is on the lease. All right, there you go, Angie. I'm about an hour from the city here, too, but a half an hour to a town. That's not too bad. Are you near Fairfax or Alexandria? Yeah, it's like, so somebody in Virginia. All right, so let's do a channeling. And again, I did not get another stone. So So we're going to, and we're going to use the same stones a little more often to ground in the energy. So we're working on financial abundance and bringing in our guides and such, right? So we're going to bring in financial with the calcite, not citrine, right? Calcite. And so we will bring in more financial abundance as well. And Virginia, there we go. And take it one step at a time here. But let's do a channeling. And we're going to see who comes through here. And later this week, we will go live again with cards and channeling. And thank you guys for being a part of that the other day. And it was amazing. And so let's see what we've got. South of Fairfax, my family, Phil built that city. There you go. I'm not trying to see that girl, just letting the universe know I see her. To be that girl. There we go. All right, so take a moment, guys, and take a breath. We're going to call in somebody to channel here, and then we will work with the calcite and go from there. I have 4 dressers, and I don't have enough clothes for them, but I have a hell of a lot of bigger clothes, and those aren't in the dressers either. Oh. All right, so here we go. Welcome, and Sekhmet is here for you. We are going to talk about calling us in, right? Are you feeling energies? And when you are calling in your guides and whomever you are working with, they can send that energy directly through you, right? So are you, and we are going back to what we just did, right? Calling in your guides and angels on the daily, as we are going to do on this program. Sekhmet is asking you to understand that in order to get that energy, right? That is part of you, but in order to feel that energy, if you are working with Sekhmet, it is your job then to call me in. If you are looking to grow your universe and you are not wanting to walk alone, are you? If you allow yourself to walk alone, that is up to you, but you have other choices on this planet, right? You are never truly alone, but if you want to walk in peace, in conjunction with, and in congruence with, then call in your guides and angels daily, right? Are you doing so? We're going to get a little deeper here. Are you allowing for our energies to help push you as well, right? If you are working with Sekhmet, for example, you may find that you get a push one day and you start going, in yourself, right? And gaining that energy because you have called in Sekhmet, and Sekhmet is allowed. You have allowed Sekhmet's energy to help push you forward. Are you doing so? Are you going to your guides on the daily and asking them, feeling into your intuition, consulting with your guides if the left turn you made towards Albuquerque, or when you got to Albuquerque, was the right turn for you? Are you allowing yourself to partner with your guides and angels so that you can see the bigger picture? Are you seeing the bigger picture? Are you standing in old energies and not allowing yourself to move forward? Sekhmet is asking you, do you have that internal within yourself? Are you allowing for that energy within yourself, or are you pushing it away? When you call in your guides are not just going to stand around, right? They are going to merge their energies. They are going to help you. They are going to clear the path, if that is what you are looking for. They're going to help you to see the bigger picture, if that's what you are looking for. They're going to help you guide yourself into a better path, right? If you allow for it. If you do not, you can stumble off on your own. How often have you been making these same mistakes? How often have you been spinning your universe? How often have you felt like a lion trapped in a cage? Release yourself from that cage. Allow Sekhmet and your soul family to come into your frame and to step and push you forward, to allow you to see the bigger picture. Not only is it important for you to bring your family in, but it's also important for you to communicate with your soul family, right? It's one thing to say, come on in, family, but it's another than to ask them for guidance, right? Ask them for help, right? If you are looking for work, for example, as your channeler here, it is imperative for him to ask his guide for guidance, right? For Sekhmet, for that energy to help push him to find the job, right? For the guides to help him to find the right intuitive hits, to look at the right companies, right? Are you understanding? Sekhmet wants you to ask yourself, are you understanding the energies, right? Because if you are not allowing yourself to merge with your guides, your angels, and you are creating a barrier, a barricade, there's only so much they can do in the ether for you as well if you are putting up energetic blocks. If you're going to your guides, if you're waking up in the morning with the energy of I got this, right? Your guides will still help you, of course. But it is hard for Sekhmet and your guides to come in and move things around for you. If you are stating that you've got this, we have to let you understand that you don't have it, right? If you are in understanding at all, right? So Sekhmet wants you to understand that when you wake up in the morning and you put your feet on the ground and you take your internal roar, are you allowing for us to come in? When you say you are grateful and you invite in your guides, whether you do so during this program or do so when you are awake or do so otherwise during the day, it's your imperative to do so. Otherwise, you are just having a gallery watching you as you walk around in your universe, so to speak. We're not going to let you fall through the manhole covers, the open manhole, so to speak, unless there is a lesson you need to learn. But at the same time, we cannot help to bring in the conditions. The universe cannot bring, we cannot bring in the energy, so to speak, to align for you if you are disaligned with us, right? If you are running around saying, I got this, or leave me alone, or my energy, I am the king of my, then we will let you be that king. Sekhmet wants you to understand, though, that you have a bevy of help available to you. When you are doing something, when you are looking for whatever it is in your universe, maybe you are looking to buy a car, right? How do you understand where to go? When you look to buy a car, there's 50 dealerships in your neighborhood, right? In your city, right? Maybe there's 500 brands and models that you are. How do you know? You follow your intuition, but you bring in your guides. Help me to find the right car, right? You ask Sekhmet to bring in the energies of, I want a car, right? That kind of energy, that pushy energy, that energy. And you stand in it. You ask your guides, your direct guide, whomever it is. You know your guide, hopefully, and you ask them to come into your frame and to show you the proper vehicles that will be best for your universe, right? You want to go at it alone, you can, but realize then you are pushing against other energies. And if somebody else is maybe they are using negative energies, right? And you are walking in blindsided and you are getting a car that has maybe a flooded title, right? So you are buying a car, but it was in a flood. But they scrubbed the title, but you are not asking your guides or checking your intuition, right? And you are just going in headstrong, or maybe going in on trauma patterns, right? Then you may get a car that is not going to be the best for you. Are you understanding? Sekhmet is asking. But if you are asking your guides, asking for Sekhmet, asking for your angels to step in, you may get somebody who tells you that Grandma Jane down the street has a perfectly good brand new Kia from 2015 that she has never driven, that has 200 miles, and she put it in the garage when she lost her license and just never decided. She had paid cash for the car, right? And she never decided to do anything with it. But now she is selling it for $5,000, right? Are you in understanding? When you are partnering with your angels and guides, right? When you are, English language is fun, right? When you are partnering with your angels and guides, with Sekhmet, with those in your universal soul family, right? When you are partnering with them, they can bring in deals, things that you cannot see. Things can come into your frame that you never would have thought of, right? You can walk onto the dealer's lot and find the greatest deal you have ever had on a car. If you are going from traumatized energy, from your headstrong traumatized energy, most likely you're going to get ripped off, right? You could get a car with a flood title. You could find a good deal, but if you are going headstrong, going, I got this, I know what I'm looking for, I know I have got this, right? Then you are coming off on a trauma bent, right? Not healed energy, and you're pushing out your family, right? Or you are ignoring your intuitive hits. You may get a car that breaks down, or a lemon, right? You may not get the best car for you. Are you understanding? Sekhmet is asking. If you partner with your guides, then you will feel your intuition. You will get the download to go to Bob's car shop, right? And you'll go to Bob's and find the best car. And you'll get a deal, or you will get a go online, right, to Facebook Marketplace or something, and you will see Grandma Jane with her Kia from 2015 for $5,000 and 200 miles, right? Sitting in the garage you will be offered that deal, right? And you will be crazy not to. Even if you wanted a modern car, nobody would be crazy enough to not pass up a brand new older car Grandma Jane left in her garage for half the price, right? Saving depreciation. So if you are an understanding of how we can help you, if you are looking for work and you are doing it alone, you can say, I'm ignoring my guides or not asking them to be part of your job search. Then you are missing 90% of the job, right? That we are not able to sit behind you, right? In the background and shuffle the energies and put you in place and help you to find your job, help you to go where you need to go in your universe. Are you in understanding? We are hoping so. We love you. Sekhmet loves you. Want you to understand that the internal roar is inside you as well. The Sekhmet roar, the energy of, the energy that you want to get your life moving forward, that you are the movement of your universe, and that you are the life that you are looking for. You are the energy, right? Partner with your family, partner with Sekhmet, partner with Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, partner with your guides, and allow us and them to move you forward in your universe by asking us on the daily to come into your frame. We will still be there, but we are not going to be superheroes, right? We cannot move energies like we would otherwise without your permissions, right? You are a sovereign and free being. We are here. We will still show you what you need to see to an extent, but if you are tuning us out anyways, or not asking for our help, will you even see it? So the question is, why? Why would you not want your universal help from energy that you can specifically see, but you can see in your universe, you can feel in your heart, and can guide you in your frame, right? Are you understanding? And some of you can see us better than others, right? Releasing transmission. So Sekhmet's asking you and asking you to challenge yourself as to why would you not? First off, call in your guides and angels. Why would you not want to? Because it's free help, right? Sekhmet's also challenging you to ask, if you're in a project, like looking for a car or work or anything, why would, again, you not call in your guides and angels? Because they can do all the work behind the scenes. They can help you by giving you the intuitive hit to go to Bob's dealership, right? And then there you find the car, or to get on Facebook Marketplace and find Grandma Jean's car for $5,000 that has 200 miles on it from 2015. Lots of things can happen. So Sekhmet there, offering for you to partner with your guides and angels and family so that you can move forward in your universe, right? And yes, I love healing. Love and healing to all of us. I'm not done yet. I will have a new place to live in 2020. Well, I know I absolutely will, and for sure. Without question. And yeah, so grateful. Not a room for $1,200. That's literally insane, right? Well, maybe it's not insane if it's a $1,200 in a 5,000 square foot mansion. No, it's not insane. But if it's $1,200 in a 2,000 square foot house, it's insane. Property tax will slowly disappear. Florida, they started already. Yes, in some states, yes. In some states, Colorado, they're doubling down on property taxes. So like in Colorado, we are the opposite, right? So they're doubling down and stating that they want to increase the property taxes so that they can fund the schools since since the federal government's as of February 1st, they're going to stop funding the city of Denver and anything. So Colorado's actually doubling down. They went higher. And your transmission is freezing when you are saying you are here. Oh, whoa, I hope I'm not freezing. Property tax, yeah, exactly. And Colorado, yeah, like when the president went and said that to no longer, like he made it federal to no longer tax overtime or to tax tips, they raised the tax instead. So they like looked at ways to special tax on tips and instead in Colorado. So now we have more taxes on tips instead, and they want to raise the taxes. Yeah, exactly. Instead of so it's exactly. Not here. So yeah, no. But some states, yeah. So now we have like sugar tax. We have a tax on pretty much everything. Now Boulder, they're going to tax you to drive your car in Boulder now too. So if you live in Boulder, Boulder City, not Boulder County, but in Boulder City itself, you're going to have to start to pay a fee to drive your car in Boulder. An annual fee on top of your higher property taxes, on top of your carbon tax. They're looking to institute a carbon tax as well, so they might start carbon scoring those in Boulder. So you have a tax to drive your car. A tax on your food. They tax food, sugared food, and starchy foods. They tax. So they tax like sugared foods are taxed. So you get taxed on food, and then you can get taxed on seem to be taxed on your carbon footprint, right? So they want to start taxing your carbon footprint, and eventually Boulder's looking to go like car free, and so yeah, all the not here. So yeah, they're doing the opposite in certain. Some places are going like more relaxed, like Florida, right, where they're getting rid of no income tax, no property tax, and all the, and then some are doubling down by increasing the income tax, increasing special tax on tips, and doing even more, right? So favor the president doesn't go like decrease or get rid of the income tax completely, because good God, I mean, I hope that would be nice, but actually, but down here, then they would just say, well, we'll just take the rest of that tax back in state tax, right? So we'll double your state tax to, you can give the federal tax to the state as well, right? So that's what Colorado's actually mentioned, that if they ever got rid of the state federal tax, then they would enlarge the state tax, and so you'd see no difference. They would just take the federal tax as well. They would just double the tax, right? So you'd pay 23% to the state plus your 10% to the state, so 5%. People don't know if you disabled or 65 or 50% tax break, so check your county offices for the form. Yeah, there you go. This is true, but yeah, I mean disability. Unless you're, I mean, like I'm a disabled veteran, but it doesn't give any tax break. Minnesota wasted so much money for fake. Yeah, we don't really want to discuss. We don't discuss political scandals here, but yeah, hundreds of millions, and the people who, yeah, exactly. But tax favor. All right, guys. So let's close this out for today, and we're gonna work with the calcite. Here we go. And then we will close with a group hug, and we will go live again later this week with channeling. And you're gonna see more channeling. I'm gonna lean into it, right? And because that's, I mean, I'm a decent channeler. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm a good conscious channeler, right? And so yeah, we're gonna lean onto that and see where that takes us here. But there's something bigger here that's wanting to come out, and I've gotten that from a few different people, guides and energies, and so we'll see what happens here. Grateful to you guys as well. All right, so here we go. With your permission, energy works, and really we're just again bringing in abundance for today. And thank you, Josh, everyone. Here we go. With your permission, energy works like anything else through the interweb. Do 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 do. And we're clearing blocks that bring the, and really the blocks obviously we can clear energetically. We can do so and smooth things around. But really the blocks, if you're looking at blocks and money, those are going to come from inside yourself. As of Monday, we're going to start doing things a little bit differently. I'm working on a little bit more of a new format here, so you'll see on Monday. Shoo. But otherwise, but we should go live over the weekend. We will go live with more cards and Oracle. Dun, 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 dun. So everybody, I want everybody to take a close their eyes for a moment and just focus on if you have a financial need, what or what have you, and see it being met. In my case, I'm seeing myself getting keys to an apartment. I'm seeing myself signing a contract for a new job. In Colorado, you literally have to sign a legal document to be hired, a contract, so to speak, they require for any job. They have to literally put in parameters what the job is, and you have to physically sign it, and it has to go to the state. And then when you're terminated or when you terminate, again, you have to sign another document, or they do, and it has to go back to the state, which is really weird. That's why I can't immediately be rehired at Argus, because unlike most states, here the state is completely involved in everybody's hiring and knows everybody where everybody works all the time, every which way. So yeah, so when you're in Colorado, where you work is registered with the state through the employment office outside of your taxes. All right, so anything blocking you, any financial blocks or what have you? I learned a long time ago that when a guy says, I'm going to make you feel so good, that they're speaking to themselves. They're speaking to themselves. So there's that. There you go. Thanks, Josh. I see why you don't. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of reasons, but I mean, I'm here, so I grabbed into it, and if I'm supposed to be here. But yeah, it'll be fun when they're right now they're working on in Boulder they're working on putting turn like traffic red light traffic cameras, ticket cameras on every single traffic light in the city of Boulder. So every single traffic light will have a red light camera or turn, like turn on red or running the red light or speeding camera on every single traffic light in the city of Boulder. And then Colorado's doing every 5 miles, from what I'm getting, on the highway on 25 and 70. They're going to put speeding cameras. So every 5 miles on all of the highways, and then they want to do the state highways too. Speeding cameras. So like everywhere, the entire state, every highway. I mean, as of February 1st, I know that the city of Denver and the entire state of Colorado loses all its federal funding because, yeah, all of it, 100% of their federal funding, because they literally declared open war against the federal government. So it's going to be interesting to say the least. So yeah, so instead, what they're doing is they're just going to take the money from us instead of getting it from the government. They've told us that. So raise taxes. Shoo, shoo. Yeah, already, if you want to open a business in like Boulder, it's some of the highest fees in the country. You have to do more studies and environmental studies. Literally, it's insane. Just open a business. If you want to open a candy shop, then you have to, yeah, or just want to open a regular shop, right? You have to environmental studies, fees. Grab some popcorn, and that's it. That's it. All right, so here we go, guys. Let's clear this up. We're at about an hour here. All right, we're gonna seal this off hermetically. Shoo, shoo, shoo. All right. Bring in the abundance to partner with your guides, guys. It's not to say that they're not going to help you, but at the same time, you have a bevy of help beyond all words there. If you step in and partner with your guides there, as Sekhmet says there, it's your choice. You can walk down the street alone, or you can walk down the street with a gang hanging behind you and your posse, right? So, all right, guys. Man, small businesses must be hurting. I talked to a smoke shop in Colorado Springs yesterday. Great guy, really nice. Um, I don't know. Denver just passed a flavored vape law, so a lot of the shops there, like the tobacco, like the vape shops, are all closing up because you can only sell. It has to taste like a cigarette, so you can't have any flavored vapes. They wanted to do that with cannabis too. They were going to make it illegal to reverse the terpenes and put them back in, so you'd have distillate with no terpenes, and that would have been gross. But so the cooler heads prevailed on that one, so they didn't go, and then that would have really killed. They would have actually killed the marijuana industry because they considered the strains as flavors. So I don't know how they would have. The city of Denver would have killed its own marijuana at that point because they would have gotten rid of vapes in Denver, not the whole state, just Denver County, because they would have considered. They did when they wrote the bill. They considered marijuana strains as flavored as a flavored vape, right? And so if you're smoking whatever it is, Maui Wowie, right? That's a flavor, and so then you can't have Maui Wowie. So you'd have to take the THC out and just have like burnt THC taste. I have no idea, but so they got cooler heads there. But yeah, it's just it's getting interesting, very interesting to say the least, around here. But yeah, this guy knew his vapes for sure, and used to smoke, so got it. Oh, awesome. Awesome, awesome. So yeah, if you need flavored vapes, you have to go to any of the counties outside of Denver. But yeah, so I don't know. But say I request most benevolent outcome for the perfect place for me to live, and you will be guided. I request benevolent outcome for the most perfect place to live in my. Yeah, there we go. Because I could use it. Grateful. I mean, I'm grateful to be here. But all right, guys, so let's go ahead and close this out. So with a group hug and. yeah, we will take it tomorrow. All right, so left arm up to the person to your left, right arm up to the person to your right. And here we go, guys. All right, so we take our heart chakra and we put our arms up on each other's shoulders. So we take our heart and we send it out of our left hand. We spin it around through each other's heart chakras here as we spin our love out of our left hand, our heart energy, and spin it through each and every one of us. And it flows through each and every one of us. As we do so, we spin it faster and faster. As our hearts spin faster and faster, they combine into one bigger heart, like the atoms in a Large Hadron Collider combining into one. And as we spin them up faster and faster, we take that one heart and that one love that's spinning now through each and every one of us, and we connect it like a reverse tornado, chink into the greater source field. And we see everybody in the greater source field in love and peace, and we see each and everybody here in love and peace as well. And we see everybody in the greater source field today calling in their guides and angels, right, and asking for that help and realizing that they are not walking alone. They are walking together with their family, their posse, right, and they have help. And that if we choose not to call in our guides and angels, then we are standing here not totally alone, but at the same time, we are not inviting all the help that we can energetically from our universe. We see each and everybody calling in their guides, realizing that they are not alone, that they have help, and that they only have to do 10 to 20% of the heavy lifting of anything they're really wanting to do, and that the universe, the energies behind them that can help push them like a sail, can come in if they call in their guides and can help align into their universe what they are looking for with effortless grace and ease, right? We see that everybody on the planet, of course, doing so and finding the peace, the joy, and the abundance, the love, and the direction that they are looking for in their universe, and finding the flow, right? See each and everybody, of course, leaning into their guides, partnering with their guides, and of course, finding their highest self, getting those downloads, and finding that the universe they're looking to create is not so hard if they step out of their own way. We see a Mother Gaia, of course, with no X's or O's in her sky, and of course no forever chemicals or PFAs. PFAs are forever chemicals or plastics in her waters and soils. And with that, we close out by saying hallelujah. So it is, and so it shall be. All right, guys, sealed with love. All right, we close out for today. I will see you all tomorrow in the next. Stay awesome because you are. And remember, everything you do creates your universe, guys. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Have a day as amazing as you are. I love you. I thank you. And I will see you all in the next. And stay awesome. Love you guys.